This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk. Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs, trying to. Stanley had no idea where he was. Stanley looked up and saw the generator. Stanley decided that still providing some small amount of power. Stanley's job felt less and less like his every day, the further from enslavement. And Stanley was happy. Stanley worked for Stanley went around. Stanley stepped into the Stanley just said Stanley walked upstairs. Stanley is in such a Stanley is quite a Stanley for the first Stanley realized Stanley had never seen Stanley knew the office man. Stanley comes Stanley just Stanley would Stanley still Stanley was making Stanley. Oh come now. You don't want it to end already, do you? Why don't we begin again? Wait, how did you do that?
Hello? Anybody? The world has ended out there.
You're just seeing me on my merry way.
You should be more careful with this.